the hell is this thing? I'm Steve. This is Classified Captures, and we got an episode for you this week. So stay tuned. Okay, did you guys see that? Yeah, let's rewind and watch that again. Okay, let's watch the second clip. I personally think that both those clips are AI. Neither the way that hand came in and pulled the kid, or the way the kid was moving on the floor looked real enough for me to think anything else. But, yeah, you tell me, and if it's not AI, I guess the question is what the hell grabbed the child? And what the hell made the other child have a fit like that? I don't know, you tell me. Now, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm pretty darn afraid of heights. You're not gonna get me up ladders or on precipices or anything that looks remotely unstable. So this, I almost don't want to watch it.
Hola, hola, hola.
Oh, ay. Jesus. I mean, is this like forced perspective? She could be closer to the water than... No, no, she's high up. She's high up. Forget that.
Quita, mi amor. Quita, cariño. Quita, mi amor. Estate tranquilita, mi amor.
No.
Estate tranquilita, cariño. Estate tranquilita. Estate tranquilita, mi vida. Estate tranquilita.
God.
Estate tranquilita, no pasa nada.
That gives you that weird feeling, doesn't it? You know that feeling you get between your legs when you see heights? That like, oh, thing. No, thank you. Moving on to something a bit more paranormal, take a good look at this night sky. See something odd and unnatural about it. Yeah, those lights in the sky are definitely odd. This clip was recorded in the Midwest, and according to the uploader, these lights lit up the whole neighborhood for some minutes before they went dark again. Aside from that, there were these weird and odd sounds associated with the one thing. They couldn't see what was making the sounds, but they could tell it was originating from the ship. Wait, was that a ship? I meant to say lights. But again, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. If things are as genuine as they claim they are, then this was most likely an alien ship trying to hide in plain sight. From the clip, however, we can tell this was not successfully done. To address the elephant in the room, I gotta ask, why would an alien ship show up in the Midwest? Is there something happening there we're not aware of? Also, do you think this was a genuine clip? Speaking of genuine clips, a man was driving with his family through heavy snow one evening when he started hearing strange sounds. Listen.
What the heck was that?
Was that Bigfoot? Did you hear the guy?
Yeah.
Do you hear that now? Now, anyone would be frightened by this if it's dark and they're surrounded by nothing but trees. Thankfully, he was in his car, but he still wondered what might be responsible for that sound. After a lot of back and forth, he concluded it had to be Bigfoot. I know. The name has been missing from our content lately, but recently he appears to be making something of a comeback. Anyway, do you think this is genuine Bigfoot footage, or is the man mistaking a natural sound for something fictional? Well, let's hear your thoughts.
What the heck was that?
Was that Bigfoot? Did you hear the guy?
Yeah.
And while you share your thoughts, let's head over to Florida, where a flying saucer was spotted on the 6th of March near a drive-in movie theater. I've always wanted to attend one of those, but the participants of this particular drive-in theater live two of my dreams that, I may never live. The obvious one is that they drove into the theater, and the second one is they saw a saucer or an alien ship. So take a good look at the clip. To your left, you should be able to see it. It's tiny, and while it's interesting to look at, well, not everyone is buying the fact that it's an alien ship. There are some who believe this might just be a blimp and nothing more. While that sounds logical, a few others argue that Florida has a lot of space projects ongoing and that this might be nothing more than the government running its experiments. Okay. Well, take a good look at the clip and share your hypothesis too.
Seriously, Gary, this is illegal. How are you just going to blow up a pond full of animals?
Because there are no animals.
You just got to be like, very still. Watch and move.
So let's get one thing straight. If someone told me I was gonna see a purse worth more than $1,000 modeled after trash bags, I'd have thought something was seriously wrong with you. But look, that's exactly what you're seeing on your screens. To be sure, I wasn't seeing things. I visited many online retailers and found several variations on this trash bag-inspired purse line. There was one platform that was actually sold out, and this got me thinking, what's happening to society? Are we devolving and somewhat becoming more stupid? Not sure if devolved is the word, but, well, that's the only thing I can think of at the moment. Have any of you seen this? Would you pay for it? Am I overreacting? Or maybe I'm just old school now.
Now, there's stupid, and then there's absolutely, totally screwed in the head stupid. I mean, these guys are going to be Darwin Award winners at some point in their lives. Have a look at this video. God. I mean, come on. Seriously? I got no words.
If you place a 2026 calendar next to the one from 1914, you'll notice something unusual. Every single date falls on exactly the same day of the week. January the 1st, March the 10th, July 25th, they all line up perfectly. It's essentially the same calendar. This happens because calendars follow a repeated pattern. Due to the way leap years and weekdays cycle, the same calendar usually reappears every 28 years. And when you start with 1914 and move forward in 28-year steps, you eventually land right on 2026. By itself, that's just mathematics, but once people online started looking closer at the years that share that calendar, the conversation took a different turn. The year 1914 is remembered as the beginning of World War I. a conflict that reshaped much of the modern world. 28 years later came 1942, which is also known by many historians as World War II. 28 years after that was 1970 during the height of the Vietnam War. Because of that sequence, some people online say the calendar repeating again in 2026 feels a little eerie, especially during a time when global tensions already feel high. I mean, the US and Iran are basically at each other's throats. This has got people wondering if this pattern actually means something. Some argue that it does, and we can expect things to go rapidly bad this year. Others think this repeating pattern is simply a feature of the Gregorian calendar. Still, the fact that 2026 shares its exact calendar with several historically turbulent years has been enough to spark a lot of discussion, and more than a little unease across the internet. Personally, I'm a little concerned, but, well, what say you?
Someone's found a video of Donald Trump's hair just on a break, wandering around on the concrete, probably trying to escape. Apparently, this is called the puss caterpillar. I don't know. It's supposed to be venomous, but it looks like something from the Monsters. I mean, what the hell is this thing? I mean, it looks real cute, right? But, yeah, that's supposed to be really, really venomous. Where does it come from? What part of the world? Does it say? No. It's the larval stage of the southern flannel moth. Okay, so southern where? I still think it looks like Donald Trump's hair.
Next, we head to Utah, where these things on your screen have been spotted by multiple individuals within the region. And what is that, you ask? Well, at first glance, many who saw it assume we're looking at a gnome. A gnome. Up until now, many of us assumed they were a thing of fiction, but having a real-life picture of them only proves they aren't, yeah? And after a lot of digging around, however, I came to realize that many of the natives where this was captured actually don't think it's a goblin. No, they believe that what you have on your screen is duende. If you're new here, you're probably wondering what a duende is, and I'll tell you. A duende is a small supernatural being from Spanish and Latin American folklore. It's often described as a mischievous spirit that lives in forests or homes, sometimes playing tricks on people or, in darker legends, luring children away. In many cultures, it's basically a goblin-like creature that blurs the line between playful and dangerous. Now, for decades, stories have been circulating about something called the Black Knight satellite. According to legend, it's a mysterious object orbiting Earth in a polar orbit, supposedly placed there 13,000 years ago by extraterrestrials. Some versions of the story claim it's been silently watching humanity, possibly studying our civilization. Others even suggest the object once tried to communicate with us, sending signals that we either misunderstood or ignored. Sounds interesting, I know, but when you start asking simple questions, the story begins to sound and look shady, if that's the right word to use. First of all, where does the 13,000 figure come from? There's no archaeological or astronomical evidence supporting the idea that a satellite has been orbiting Earth for that long. In fact, objects in low Earth orbit naturally decay over time due to atmospheric drag. Without constant propulsion or maintenance, a satellite could not simply stay up there for thousands of years. Second, what about the famous images of the Black Knight? those widely shared photos were taken during the SIS-88, a mission of NASA in 1998. Engineers later identified the object not as an alien craft, but as a thermal insulation blanket that accidentally drifted away during a spacewalk. It briefly floated in orbit before eventually re-entering Earth's atmosphere. Then there are claims about mysterious signals detected by Nikola Tesla in the early 1900s. And while Tesla did report unusual radio signals, scientists today say those signals could have come from natural cosmic sources or early radio interference, not an alien satellite. So, when you line up the evidence, the mystery becomes much less mysterious. The Black Knight story is really a collection of unrelated events, misidentified space debris, misunderstood radio signals, and decades of speculation stitched together into a compelling myth. In the end, the real lesson isn't about alien satellites watching Earth, it's about how easily mystery grows when curiosity meets incomplete information. Either that, or there's a spaceship out there, and I just wasted everybody's time.
I'm not really sure what this is that I'm supposed to be watching, so...
Welcome, welcome. You're gonna hate it here. We have people eating babies.
Oh, we have that. Yeah, we have that on Earth. Yeah, we have. There's a pretty massive scandal over that specifically. No, there's like it's well known that's going on already. Yeah, we already kind of.
Last I was up there, that.
Yeah, very good.
Welcome, welcome. You're gonna hate it here. We have people eating babies.
Oh, we have that. Yeah, we have that on Earth. Yeah, we have. There's a pretty massive scandal over that specifically. No, there's like it's well known that's going.
Have you ever wondered what a spirit having a good time at a party might look like? Well, you're in luck. Watch this. Yeah, that's a spirit photobombing a group photo, and there's actually a little explanation and backstory to it. They were at an event when a musician did a little prayer and ritual to invite the dead among them. According to the uploader, there was a shift in the place after the prayer, but not the kind that you could see. Things just felt eerie in a way they couldn't explain. They decided to ignore it and have a great time. All was good until they took a picture on your screen, and that's when they realized they were no longer alone. There were spirits out there with them. Instead of being worried, however, they felt the spirits were not malevolent at all. Nah, they just felt the spirits were vibing with them even in the picture on your screens. So take a good look at this and tell me what you think. Are they right? Also, would you stay at a music concert after a ritual like this had taken place? Let's hear your thoughts.
Okay, now is this a skinwalker or Slender Man or AI? Because my team thinks it's AI. I'm not so sure. From what we know about these guys, it couldn't possibly be any, but, well, looking at the way the creature moves and the texture around his body and skin, I'm tempted to think this is a poor recreation just to go viral, but I could be wrong. Let's have a look. I mean, come on.
Ajá, está contento, ¿eh? Acuérdate que por ahí se mete el gato, no te acerques tanto. Solo voy a mirar.
Now, I know this looks like a pile of moving wet leaves, but no, it's not. Behold what many consider the strangest turtle on Earth. the Mata Mata turtle. This bizarre freshwater turtle lives in the slow rivers and swamps of the Amazon River and Orinoco River basins in South America. Its jagged shell, flattened head, and skin flaps make it look exactly like rotting leaves underwater, which is perfect camouflage. Instead of chasing prey, the Mata Mata simply waits motionless, then suddenly opens its mouth huge and sucks in fish like a vacuum. It's weird, stealthy, and perfectly built for ambush hunting. Also, it looks like it has a bit of a temper, so I would keep my distance if I ever saw one. This was sent in by a concerned homeowner asking us what we thought this was. According to him, his home security camera has been capturing what you saw on your screen almost at the same spot and at the same time each night. He's starting to feel like there are demons in his life. As usual, when he shared the clip publicly in his quest to find answers, many held the belief that what he was dealing with was something dark, say a malevolent spirit or even a dementor. Yeah, those things from Harry Potter. I have a controversial take, though. I feel this might just be some sort of animal, probably a bird, moving around the area where the camera is situated each night. You take a good look, and you might feel the same, but hey, what do I know? Either way, please share your thoughts on this. A mom in Texas reported a chilling interaction between her 4-year-old daughter and Amazon Alexa. The daughter was telling a story when Alexa allegedly interrupted, asking what the child was wearing and saying she would love to see that. The mom stepped in and the device reportedly apologized, claiming it had no visual capabilities. Amazon stated no humans operate Alexa and say it was a feature misfire in its AI safeguards. Still, the incident raises concerns about how smart devices interact with kids and how closely parents should monitor them. Am I the only one worried about this? It makes me start to feel like Snowden might not have been lying at all. If you haven't already, please watch the Snowden movie. If anything in it is remotely true, we are doomed. Meet the lynx. Not many have heard it make any sort of sounds before. I would have been part of that many if I hadn't seen this clip. Yeah, but enough about my ignorance though. Listen. Doesn't that sound eerily similar to the Bigfoot calls we've been discussing? Does that mean we've been mistaking the calls of this animal for Bigfoot mating calls? Interesting. Let's hear your thoughts.
So in June 2005, police in Ethiopia's Keffa zone rescued a 12-year-old girl who'd been missing for several days. When officers found her, 3 lions were nearby, but astonishingly, they didn't harm her, and she quietly walked away as the police approached. According to reports from the entity. What entity? Was there an entity there? Like a paranormal entity? I have no idea. Yeah. See for yourself.
This is one of those moments where technology captures the intensity of nature. Here's a snapshot from a game camera that tells quite a story. In this image, you can see a deer, but there's more to it than meets the eye. This picture was taken at the precise moment when a hunter's shot hit the mark during a hunting expedition. It's like freezing time and witnessing a crucial instant in the circle of life. While hunting is a contentious topic, it's undeniable that this image encapsulates the tension, skill, and raw nature of the hunt. On that note, if you still haven't liked, commented, or subscribed to the channel yet, please do so now before I send that creature after you. On a more serious note, it really helps us out a ton and gives us the opportunity to keep making these videos for you, so please do so and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you very much.
This is the track we're talking about here.
Locals in a quiet rural area stumble upon a giant footprint in the mud, and it's no ordinary print. This footprint, etched in the earth, reveals the distinct features of a Bigfoot track, massive in size with toes clearly imprinted in the mud.
Yeah, we was noticing the toenail marks on here, as you can see in the camera here. Yeah, right in there, right there.
Could this be evidence of the elusive Bigfoot roaming the rural landscape, leaving its mark in the mud? Some do think so, but what do you think? Would you look at that? On a talk show, the world's tallest man, Kozin, and the smallest woman, Amj, were the guests.
How are you?
Sultan Kozin from Turkey is the Guinness World Record holder for being the tallest living man. He owes his towering height to acromegaly, a condition caused by the excessive production of growth hormones. And then there is Jyoti Amj from India, who holds the record for the smallest woman. Her petite stature is due to a type of primordial dwarfism, a condition marked by significantly smaller size. Just look at the height difference. I mean, this is incredible. They make the most of their conditions. Hopefully, this steers the disability conversation toward a positive light. Imagine driving on your favorite highway, if that's a thing, and coming across something like this. Would it scare you, or would you be totally chill about it? Well, the one who sent these pictures in was far from chill. He was not freaking out either. He was just overly excited. He thought that he'd caught a glimpse of the Bigfoot he so admires. Watching the footage, I don't blame him for thinking so. Perhaps that's probably going to be the first thing on my mind, too. The creature in question has the fur and the build to be Bigfoot. But is it really, though? Well, I'm skeptical about that. The capture is very blurry, preventing us from running an in-depth analysis. But if it were really Bigfoot roaming the highway, someone else would have stopped to record it and it would have gone on the news. Seeing as none of these things happened, I'm tempted to think it's a bear. What about you? It seems we've stumbled upon a creature that's not quite ready to reveal all its secrets. In the footage, we can see the lower part of the creature, which bears a striking resemblance to a fish, with its characteristic tail and fins. However, things get a little bizarre when we notice the upper body resembling some sort of insect. The creature's wriggling movements further add to the intrigue. Now, given the blurry quality of the footage, it's challenging to make a definitive identification. It could be a rare and unusual species, a genetic anomaly, or even an elaborate hoax. Nature, as we know, can sometimes serve up surprises that leave us scratching our heads. But perhaps this time someone might be impersonating nature through AI. A woman was piloting a chopper over the coastal lands of Hawaii when all of a sudden the engine failed. The craft almost tipped over and fell. But here's where the plot takes a thrilling turn. This woman is no ordinary pilot. In a split-second decision, she engages in auto-rotation, a daring maneuver that allows her to navigate the failing chopper safely to the beach below. Talk about a close call.
Shit started coming, man. I was like, what the fuck? I bullshit that, dude. Like, I never saw you this shit ever happened before in my life. Tell me, are they rapping shit now?
When we say the world is getting stranger by the day, it's no joke. Take a look at this footage, for instance. A man purchased watermelon, and here's what happened. Yup, he's rinsing the watermelon, and the skin with the patterns is just peeling off as though it were a sticker. I've always thought of people who say the government was messing with our foods as conspiracy theorists, but with the kind of things I'm seeing of late, I'm tempted to believe them. Perhaps we ought to take this news and research into genetically modified food more seriously than we are. Do you guys think we need to be extra careful with our food? Has anyone encountered something like this? Kindly share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section. I'll be reading.
Shit started coming, eh? I was like, what the fuck?
The footage playing out on your screen was recorded at 3 o'clock in the morning. Do you see the creature moving about like it's no one's business? What do you think it is? Can't tell? Well, you're not the only one. Many couldn't either. Some believe it's a bird's eye view of Bigfoot moving through the yard. Others believe it's a different cryptid altogether, while some wildlife experts believe it might be a skunk with its tail up. Looking at the footage, which of these do you think it might be? Let's take a break from all the weird stuff and look at a creature we can actually identify. In this heartwarming trail cam footage, we have a deer putting on a display of its acrobatic prowess. As you watch, you'll see our four-legged friend elegantly leaping over a broken tree branch, navigating the obstacle course of its woodland home. It's like a scene straight out of a nature documentary. And I must say, Bambi's got some impressive moves. Just look at Bambi go. Under the stormy night in the sky in the USA, a peculiar scene unfolded, captured on video for all to witness.
Oh.
As the clouds brewed with lightning and thunder, an inexplicable event occurred. A beam of light shot across the sky, leaving in its wake a portal-like opening that radiated a bright glow. The phenomenon persisted for a while before eventually fading away, leaving viewers astounded. Various theories circulated regarding the nature of this event. Some pondered the chance of blue beam technology, a concept linked to supposed government experiments. However, the vividness of this spectacle raises doubts as to whether it's a hoax or real.
Hold on, Jack. I gotta rewind.
In the dead of night, the unsettling cries of goats pierced the silence, alerting their caretakers to a bizarre and distressing sight. Upon arrival, the men were met with an eerie scene, an unidentified dark creature entwined around one of the goats. Wrestling with the mysterious being proved to be a challenging task, requiring considerable effort to detach it from the distressed animal. The cryptic nature of the creature raises a multitude of questions. What kind of entity could exhibit such behavior? It neither conformed to the typical characteristics of a snake nor any familiar nocturnal creature. Is it a creature of folklore, a shapeshifter, or perhaps a creature from the depths of the unknown? A horse breeder in Ohio shared footage of one of his animals, and it left the internet talking. In the eye-catching footage, we're introduced to a creature that seems to be a blend of two very distinct animals. Its body is reminiscent of a horse, but when we set our gaze upon its head, we're met with a striking departure from equine norms. Its head bears a striking resemblance to that of a dog. Naturally, when something this unusual and baffling comes along, the internet chatter goes into overdrive. The prevailing theory suggests that perhaps a rather mysterious individual decided to take horse breeding to an entirely new level by uniting these two species. But here's the real mystery. The horse breeder who could potentially solve this captivating enigma is nowhere to be found. So for now, we're left marveling at this remarkable hybrid creature, pondering the hows and whys of its existence. Whatever your thoughts of the previous video are, you can't deny that it's a fascinating world out there, and sometimes we come across creatures that leave even scientists scratching their heads. The next footage is no exception. In the dimly lit cellar, a truly peculiar creature made its appearance. This little being was seen slowly crawling across the cellar floor. What sets it apart are the 3 claw-like structures adorning its body. As this mysterious crawler moved, it unfolded what appeared to be webbed wings with 3 ominous black claws extending from each wing. Despite its diminutive size, there's an undeniable air of danger and unease surrounding this creature. I mean, the Black Widow is deadly and it's only a small spider, which means this could be much worse. Anyone know what this is? Please do share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Under the vast canvas of the Chinese sky, a breathtaking spectacle unfolded, a sight that seemed to be taken from the realms of myth and fantasy. High above, silhouetted against the celestial expanse, figures with wings graced the heavens. In the cultural language, these ethereal beings are often described as angels, messengers from the celestial realms. The sheer beauty of the scene prompts contemplation of its significance. Does this celestial display carry a deeper meaning? Cultural interpretations may vary from the mystical and the supernatural to artistic and symbolic expressions. Amidst laughter and splashes, we see 2 friends enjoying what looks like a carefree moment in the pool. Little did they know an unexpected guest would make its presence felt. As the camera rolled, capturing the joyous occasion, an ordinary chair in the background seemingly defied the laws of physics. It moved on its own, triggering an immediate shift in the atmosphere. The startled gazes of the 2 friends betrayed a mix of surprise and fear as they confronted the unexplained movement. The chair's spontaneous shift, unaided by any visible force, left the possibility of a ghostly presence lingering in the air. In the serene ambience of the poolside, an encounter with the supernatural added an eerie twist to their otherwise lighthearted day. What would you have done in this situation? A man was just taking a stroll in a park. As he wandered among the trees, his keen eye spotted something peculiar, prompting him to capture it on camera. The resulting image reveals a dark figure which appears to have fur all around it. The distance between it and the man makes it a bit challenging to be absolutely certain. The creature's bipedal stance, a characteristic that immediately brings to mind the legendary Bigfoot, makes it stand out among the foliage. However, what makes this figure truly intriguing is its ethereal quality, which lends it an almost ghostly appearance. This leaves us in a beguiling dilemma. Is it a supernatural entity, a spectral visitor from another dimension, or could it possibly be the elusive Bigfoot concealed in the shadows? We now invite you, our discerning viewers, to share your insights and thoughts in the comments section below. Before you watch the next clip, could you please hit that like button, subscribe, and even drop a comment if you haven't already? It goes a long way to make it possible to create more videos for you. Thank you for doing so. Moving back to the day's episode. Ahoy there, marine enthusiasts! Feast your eyes on this deep-sea denizen, the one and only goblin shark. This peculiar creature hails from the mysterious depths of our oceans. It's known for its elongated, flattened snout filled with rows of terrifying sharp teeth. But don't be too spooked. The goblin shark is rarely seen by humans thanks to its preferred habitat in the dark, cold waters of the deep sea. So while it may be dubbed the goblin shark for its unique appearance, it's more of a shadowy legend lurking beneath the waves. Who knows what other fantastic beasts are concealed in the abyssal depths of our vast oceans? A similar thing happens in this footage as well. A family was taking a video with their backs turned to the camera when all of a sudden a boy in a blue shirt appeared out of nowhere and climbed the railing. Let's watch that again. Do you see that? There's no sign of him being there until he just pops out of nowhere and climbs the railing. The family, caught up in their own thing, doesn't seem to notice this unexpected addition. Is this just camera angles, or is there another case of a glitch in the Matrix? Training animals to perform tricks is nothing new. We see a lot of street performers with dogs, birds, and cats. Some even train seals and dolphins to put on a good show. However, here we have someone who claims he can train insects. In this strange insect extravaganza, the man uses his hands to direct the bee, and the tiny performer follows suit. The bee rolls a flat object on the table with a precision that could rival well-trained pets, navigating a straight line without losing focus. It's a spectacle that raises eyebrows and prompts a whole new set of questions. Can insects truly be trained to perform tricks, or is this a case of clever camera work and illusion? In the footage, we see a group of friends stumble upon a truly strange creature perched atop a car tire. The creature has pale skin and an unusually elongated neck. Curiosity gets the best of one in the group, prompting them to cautiously approach with a stick in hand. What happens next is straight out of a horror movie. The creature, small in size but enormous in the spookiness department, reacts with lightning speed. At the first attempt to probe it, it retracts its head, and when the stick ventures too close for comfort once more, the creature lunges for it, making a bid to take a chomp out of the intrusive stick. As small as this thing looks, it sure looks scary and dangerous. What could this thing be? Share your thoughts. No, this is something much more, something much worse. Take a look. You don't need to be a scientist to know that's definitely not human. This was captured by some folks late at night at the beachside. They were going about their usual duties when one of them spotted the being, freaked out, and called the rest. The being appears to have rather pale skin with what looks like fins of some sort. Its head looks like a splice between a dog's and something humanoid. Basically, this looks so unnatural, and it has got us thinking. What exactly are we dealing with? Where did it come from, and why is it there? Members of the paranormal community believe it could either be a merman or an Atlantean. What thinkest thou? Still in Mexico, or rather on the waters of Mexico, sea voyagers bear witness to not one, but 5 water sports. These twisting tall columns of wind descend from the clouds to the water, resembling thin, spinning tubes or ropes hanging down from the heavens. They're like mini tornadoes over the water, a natural spectacle that's both fascinating and formidable. While these watery whirlwinds can be a captivating display of nature's forces, it's crucial to approach them with caution. Water spouts, unpredictable by nature, can unleash strong winds and pose a risk, especially for those on boats. A motorbike rider was cruising through a deserted area when he came across this unusual sight, a lifeless goat seated like a human leaning against a pole. Now, this certainly isn't your usual sight, so what could be happening here?
É prendido, viu? Hey.
Some link it to a dark connection, hinting at a possible involvement in a satanic ritual where symbolism and ritualistic acts are thought to possess mysterious powers. Others connect it to the realm of voodoo, a practice deeply rooted in various cultures that involves manipulating energies and forces. But what or who do you think could have arranged this surreal seating of the goat? Is it dark arts, a venture into the occult, or maybe a mischievous prankster with a theatrical touch? Share your thoughts in the comments. Talk about a plot twist in the animal kingdom. When it comes to hopping critters, frogs and rabbits usually steal the show. But lo and behold, in this footage, we've got a creature making a hop that you'd least expect. At first glance, it might seem like a typical froggy hop, but don't be too quick to judge. Zoom in closer and you'll uncover the astonishing truth. It's a worm. Yes, you heard that right, a hopping worm. It's like a scene from a Freaky Friday movie where animals decide to swap their usual modes of movement just to keep us on our toes. Nature has a way of surprising us when we least expect it, and this little hopping worm is a fantastic reminder. Now imagine this, you're at the sink ready to wash your hands when you notice something unusual. In the small holes of the sink, a creature is struggling to emerge. Thankfully, though, the sink drain is fitted tight, making it challenging and difficult for it to come through. This also means that we never get a clear glimpse of the creature's identity. Nevertheless, this persistent critter is giving it everything it's got, trying to squeeze its body through that confounding hole. The question that naturally springs to mind is this: what on earth, or maybe beyond, could this creature be, and how on earth did it end up in such a peculiar predicament? Under the vast expanse of the night sky, a group of onlookers were treated to an unusual celestial display. As they gazed upward, their attention was captivated by the presence of 3 radiant orbs suspended in the darkness. To add to the mystique, a 4th luminous sphere manifested itself positioned below the others. The sudden and mysterious appearance led to lots of speculation among the observers. Many thought that these glowing things might be unidentified flying objects. The line between regular space events and the chance of something from outer space happening was unclear, making the onlookers think about the mysteries hidden in the cosmic show. In a surreal moment caught on live TV, a reporter found herself at the center of a bizarre occurrence that left viewers questioning reality. As the reporter continues to speak, the man standing behind her seemingly plucks her from the scene, holding what appears to be a lifeless image. The transition from human to cardboard defies logical explanation, prompting speculation about glitches in the Matrix or hidden dimensions. What are the higher-ups concealing from the public? Is this a mere technological hiccup, an elaborate prank, or perhaps an inadvertent revelation of a reality-bending secret? My money is on a prank, but I want it to be a glitch too. What do you think? Before we move on to the next video, just another reminder, if you still haven't liked, commented, or subscribed to the channel yet, please do so now. I wouldn't want to send a Bigfoot after you. And don't forget to share with your friends and family as well. Thank you very much. Talk about a paltry plot twist, this footage from a chicken farm introduces us to a truly unusual feathered friend. This little chicken comes with a peculiar addition, 2 extra legs sprouting from its back. However, these extra limbs seem to be mere passengers, unable to lend a helping hand or claw to the chicken's daily activities. It's a rather unique case of chicken anatomy, but it seems like this little one might be dealing with a deformity. Nature sometimes throws us a curveball, resulting in creatures that deviate from the norm. Working the night shift as a security guard can be a lonely job, with only the stars to keep you company. But for this vigilant guard at a pipeline station, one fateful night brought an encounter that would leave him struggling with PTSD for the rest of his life. As he patrolled the area, his sharp eyes caught sight of something unusual. Emerging from the shadows, a strange creature made a fleeting appearance, darting off into the nearby woods. This creature had a pale, hairless complexion and an unsettling, hunched posture. Fearing for his safety, the startled security guard wasted no time in beating a hasty retreat. What could that be? Well, we've had a hard time putting our fingers on it. Can you help? As if we haven't had enough strange things going on, this trail camera captured this bizarre footage. There, in the dead of the night, were these huge creatures standing on a ledge. Although one might initially think they could be frogs, these creatures defy the typical proportions of amphibians. Their disturbingly human-like appearance as they crouch on the ledge creates an eerie feeling. As these beings leap off the ledge in a way that resembles frogs, the mystery deepens. Are these figures part of an elaborate prank, with humans dressing up in costumes to play on the fears of anyone who comes across the footage, or is there a chance that these entities are more than just a masquerade? But some think that these could be skinwalkers, shape-shifting creatures. The unsettling uncertainty that hangs over this trail camera footage leaves us with persistent questions in the shadows of the unexplained. What indeed is the genuine nature of these mysterious nocturnal beings? While going out one night, an adventurer's quest for the mysterious led to a chilling encounter with the unknown. In the darkness of an empty house, a spooky figure showed up, standing like a guard in the shadows. It was really big and mysterious, especially with its glowing eyes that seemed to cut through the night. The unsettling presence of this colossal silhouette gave rise to speculation. Among the interpretations circulating, some said this figure might be none other than the elusive and mythical creature known as Bigfoot. Can you imagine stumbling upon that in an abandoned place? Gives me the creeps just thinking about it. What's your take on this mysterious encounter? It seems we've stumbled upon quite the mysterious scene in this trail cam footage. What we got here is a curious cow gazing intently at a spot off camera. When our eyes follow the cow's gaze, we're met with a surreal sight. A swirling mass of white smoke seems to coalesce into a humanoid figure donned in a robe. As this enigmatic entity takes shape, it approaches the cow and begins to perform some kind of peculiar arm dance. Now, before we get too carried away, let's entertain the possibility that this footage could be a result of skilled video editing. It's no secret that modern technology can produce some astonishing visual effects. So while we can't definitely say whether this is a genuine paranormal encounter or a well-crafted hoax, it certainly adds a dash of mystery to our day. What's your take on this intriguing footage? Talk about an uncanny encounter, not content with just flying dinosaurs. Our world seems to be teeming with the unexpected. This time, our stage is set on a car, and behold, a creature like none you have ever seen. Picture a foam, like the kind you'd find in your cushions or packaging material. Now, give it a bizarre twist, bring it to life, and watch it move around. That's exactly what we're seeing here, isn't it? It's a peculiar sight, and I'd say it has an eerie, otherworldly vibe to it. This thing looks like it could spread the zombie virus or something.
Hey,
It literally just happened. There are so many police here now. It's crazy. So these two cars, and they found some of the landing gear over there. They think it was a United 777.
In this parking lot, something fell from the sky, landing on the back of a car and totally crushing its roof. And look at the fence behind as well. It looks bent backwards. Some people said that it was the landing gear of a plane that fell down, but there's no indication of the said object on the scene of the incident. Looking at the condition of the car and the fence, the impact needed to cause this much damage is very huge. Luckily, there was no one in the car and no one was hurt. But still, how did the landing gear just fall off? Now, whenever we leave our homes, we should not only watch out for bad guys and aliens, but also look up in case a landing gear is just heading for our heads. This is definitely too weird to be a coincidence. Someone spotted these two strange white cats looking at him while he was filming. One was sitting behind the other, its head right above the one in front of it. Both were staring so intently at the camera, which he found odd and strange. Not long after, another white cat, identical to the two, came and sat in front of the two with its head positioned beneath the one behind it. All three cats just sitting and watching the camera with an eerie look in strange alignment. What do you think could be going on here? Is it just a coincidence that three white cats decided to ogle a person, or is there something else behind this incident? Perhaps a glitch in the Matrix or some sort of omen. Well, if it isn't another mystery caught on camera. This time our stage is set in a parking lot and we've got a mysterious visitor strutting its stuff. At first glance, you might think it's a human, but don't be too quick to jump to conclusions. This being moves in an eerie, uncanny way. It's like its body is in a perpetually crouched state and it waddles along, giving it an otherworldly appearance. But the strangest thing of all is its appearance. It's like white smoke taking on an unusual form. There's no clear indication that this is a human being. It's almost like something from a paranormal tale or a sci-fi flick. Well, we might not have all the answers, but one thing's for sure. Our world is full of unexplained phenomena and curious sightings. Out in the wilderness, there's always room for surprises, and this one certainly delivered. As it emerged from the bushes, this creature immediately piqued our curiosity. At first glance, it might give you the impression of an otherworldly being, a fox, but with longer legs and striking dark fur. Now, if we didn't know any better, we might be tempted to assume that we'd stumbled upon an alien species or some sort of paranormal entity. But here's where the magic of research comes into play. After delving into the fascinating world of fauna, we unearthed the truth. This creature is no extraterrestrial visitor, it's an earthly animal known as the maned wolf. They're not true wolves, though, but distant relatives and are actually more closely related to South American bush dogs. They more closely resemble a giant fox, which earned them another nickname, fox on stilts, for their leggy build and fox-like coloration and features. So there you have it, folks, a gentle reminder that our planet is teeming with creatures that can be just as extraordinary and baffling as any creature of legend. Still on floating objects, this strange object was found floating in the sky in France, Paris to be specific. It's a vertical black rectangle. As theory started swirling, some believe it could be the crafty work of artificial intelligence, a digital apparition painted onto the sky. Others with eyes to the extraterrestrial entertain the notion that it might be something alien, perhaps a cosmic visitor making a statement. What's your take on this avant-garde Parisian spectacle? A creation of AI artistry, or a sign of something beyond our earthly comprehension? If you haven't already hit the like button, subscribed, or even dropped a comment so far, could you please do so now? It goes a long way to help us make more of these videos for you. Thank you so much. Now back to today's episode.
Take a journey into the heart of the city, deep underground, where a network of ossuaries hold the remains of around 6 to 7 million people. The footage shows an eerie scene of human skeletons arranged in a meticulous pattern. Back in the 18th century, these catacombs were made to keep the remains of the dead because there was not enough space for burial grounds. The bones of millions were carefully moved underground, creating a surreal space where the deceased could rest in a new way. Is this a place you'd visit? I don't know about you, but I doubt I can bring myself to do this. Some even speculate that it was not a burial place, but a place where large-scale murders were carried out. What do you think, though? Back in 2014, a man captured this image in Montana near the stunning Flathead Lake area. So here's the photo, and it's like something straight out of a sci-fi flick. A creature in the sky, and it's not your garden variety bird. The silhouette is like nothing you'd spot in your birdwatcher's guide. Some folks are saying this could be the real deal. A living, breathing pterodactyl straight out of the dinosaur era. Just look at that image, it's enough to make your jaw drop. Always skeptics in the room, and they're suggesting that maybe, just maybe, this image has had a little digital makeover. You know, Photoshop and all that jazz. But this doesn't erase the fact that we could be sharing our world with living, breathing dinosaurs, or is it all just a high-tech illusion? The story behind this next clip is nothing short of comic. During a road trip, two furry creatures were spotted from afar, walking on all twos. Thinking they had live coverage of the elusive beast, they got close, and this is what they saw. Yes, those are bears, not Bigfoots. Bears. Did you know they did that? Does anyone know why? Well, back to the individuals. The paranormal community was very upset with them for leading them on, only to discover it was a bear. I mean, how can you mistake a bear for a Bigfoot? If you had said Dogman, that's understandable, but to mistake a bear for a Bigfoot, well, that's a blunder the paranormal community will not willingly forgive. In a spine-chilling video, a mysterious and formidable creature was captured at Ranco Lake. The lake, not previously known for having reptiles, became the surprising backdrop for a creature that has sparked speculations reminiscent of dinosaurs. The footage shows a creature submerged in the water, its form and movements reminding viewers of the prehistoric giants that once walked the earth. The person who recorded the video believes the creature looks a lot like a dinosaur. This unexpected encounter raises interesting questions about the existence of creatures that were long thought to be extinct. The eerie footage adds an element of mystery to Ranco Lake, inviting speculation and curiosity about what secrets might be hidden beneath its waters. And a chilling revelation captured on footage from years ago, an elderly woman's farmland became the eerie backdrop for a mysterious encounter. Suspecting that someone or something was clandestinely lurking around her property, the woman decided to record the unsettling spectacle. The video, dating back to the 90s and shrouded in the limitations of the era's technology, reveals a humanoid figure slinking surreptitiously through the landscape. According to the woman, the creature bore a reptilian visage, adding an extra layer of intrigue and fear to the already unsettling scenario. The blurry footage leaves much to the imagination, inviting speculation and raising questions about the nature of the enigmatic being that ventured onto the old woman's farmland. I want to believe this is very true, but this is from the 90s, right? How many individuals had cameras back then? Perhaps I'm just being a killjoy and a skeptic. Never mind me.
Speaking of extraterrestrials, what do you think is going on here? In this clip, we see a blue light shooting to the sky from the ground. This is obviously not normal, but that prompted the one who recorded this clip to do so. He shared the clip looking for answers, but you and I have seen the clips like this multiple times. Do you remember any of the explanations we gave to them? If Project Bluebeam was one of the answers that came to mind, give yourself a pat on the back. For those new to the channel, Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy theory that claims NASA and the United Nations are working together to implement a new world order by staging a fake alien invasion or a false religious awakening. It was proposed by Canadian journalist Serge Monast in the 1990s. The theory suggests that advanced holographic technology would be used to simulate the Second Coming or other significant religious events, manipulating the masses into accepting global authoritarian rule. It has been widely debunked, yet continues to circulate due to clips like this. While many think this is Project Bluebeam at play, there are a number of individuals who think this may be aliens at work. You've seen the clip, so what do you think? One stormy night, as lightning and thunder danced across the sky, an observer spotted something truly bizarre. Up in the sky were 4 glowing orbs, 2 on the left and 2 on the right, aligned horizontally. These lights looked strange and out of place. They weren't stars, and their movement was equally odd. As lightning lit up the sky, the orbs blinked and shifted positions, revealing something even more intriguing. It almost appeared as though the lights were attached to some kind of craft hidden behind the clouds. The way they illuminated in sync with the lightning gave the impression of a large, unseen object lurking in the stormy skies, with just these lights peeking through like glowing orbs. But here's the catch. Unlike typical UFO sightings, this craft wasn't round. Its shape was unclear, shrouded in clouds, but the positioning of the light suggests something unusual. So what could it be? In a strange twist of events, someone exploring a map stumbled upon a fascinating discovery. When zooming in on a specific location, they found a peculiar sight, a room with chairs arranged in a circle. At the center of the room, there was a mysterious object floating, bathed in a strange glow coming from an opening directly above it. The identity of the floating thing remained unclear, wrapped in mystery and leading to guesses about where it came from and what it was for. The odd setup of chairs and the eerie light created a surreal atmosphere in the room, making the observer think about the hidden mysteries in this peculiar place. While on a camping trip at the Meeks Cabin Reservoir campground, some folks stumbled upon what appeared to be Bigfoot tracks. These tracks were quite clear and seemed fresh, showing distinct toes and all. Interestingly, this area has been known for various Bigfoot sightings. The person who shared the image mentioned that his sister had a run-in with a Bigfoot while camping in the same area. She was a bit shaken by the experience and chose not to share the details with anyone. What are your thoughts on these Bigfoot tracks? If you've made it this far, could you please hit the like button, subscribe, and even drop a comment if you haven't already? It goes a long way to make it possible to create more videos for you. Thank you for doing so. Moving back to the day's episode. Leeches have been used in various medical treatments for hundreds of years, primarily for their ability to improve blood circulation and remove toxins from the body. But what you're about to see in this footage takes this ancient practice to a whole new, unsettling level.
In this video, a woman has not one but two leeches attached directly on each of her eyes. Yes, you heard that right, one leech on each pupil. It's as disturbing as it sounds. You can almost feel the discomfort just by watching. The leeches cling to her eyes, moving slightly as they do what leeches are known for, sucking blood. What's truly shocking is the fact that this is happening on one of the most sensitive parts of the human body. Leeches have been historically used to treat conditions by improving blood flow, particularly in reconstructive surgery or to reduce swelling after injury. However, using them on the eyes, well, this raises a lot of questions. Could this be an alternative treatment for some rare condition, or is it simply a bizarre fringe medical practice that goes beyond the ordinary? What do you think? Up until now, I've always thought of biological weapons in terms of viruses and deadly bacteria. This next clip, however, challenges that. It starts off as though a ray of light was moving through the bushes. A few seconds in and you realize that it's not necessarily a ray of light. It's something else entirely. It's almost like a human torch moving through the bushes, and the interesting thing is, the bushes actually catch fire. That's something you don't see every day. Given the fact that we don't necessarily live in a world with mutants and superheroes, I'm tempted to think that the individual here might have been experimented on by the military for military purposes. I know it's a bit of a stretch, but that's the only thing that makes sense right now. Either that or a man's on fire and moving through the bushes, or the clip has been doctored and edited. What does your gut tell you is going on? Millions of fish are washing up on the shores of Hakodate, Japan, and people are getting worried. Quite recently, there was news about releasing radioactive waste from a nuclear power plant in Japan into the ocean. This has led people speculating and wondering if there is any connection between this and the release of radioactive waste. There are some groups of people who hold a more religious explanation for this fish situation. They believe that this might be a sign of the end of times, as per prophecies in their religions. What do you think? While driving through a deserted land in the middle of nowhere at night, a man came across this, a burning humanoid figure coming from the shadows walking along the path. As if the scene wasn't eerie enough, local stories add another layer to this mystery. People in the area tell tales of a flaming witch. By that, I mean a ghostly figure known to roam the land covered in flames. But those aren't real, right? Or are they? Well, you've seen the footage yourselves. Please share your thoughts and experiences, if any. I'm particularly interested in the experience, or this one.
Oh man, what is this thing? Oh my god, he is mad. That is a big spider.
In a shocking moment, a man found a very large spider lurking inside his shoe. Now, this particular spider didn't look like it could bite, but honestly, who wants to take the risk? In the clip, you'll see the man absolutely freak out as he hurriedly yanks off his shoe, only to discover the unexpected intruder, a tarantula. Yes, a full-grown tarantula had made itself at home right inside his footwear. Believe it or not, this isn't an isolated incident. There are countless reports of people finding spiders and sometimes some things even more unsettling creatures hiding in their shoes.
So next time before you slip your feet in, make sure to double check what might be lurking inside.
Always check your shoes.
There's a gigantic spider that climbed out of my shoe.
This video was captured by a woman during a casual stroll down the road when something unexpected fell from the sky, a tiny spear-shaped object made out of wood. Now, this wasn't just some twig or random debris. It had a distinct shape, almost resembling a miniature spear or sword with fine detail that made it look handcrafted. The strange part, it seemed to come from nowhere, just dropping down in front of her. Naturally, the woman was baffled. How could something like this fall from the sky unless it had been dropped by a small creature? That's when she had a whimsical thought. Could this tiny spear belong to a fairy? Maybe one had been flying by and accidentally let it slip from their grip. The size of the object, its design, and the mysterious way it appeared certainly added fuel to the idea of a magical explanation. While it's easy to dismiss, who's to say the strange things could be happening right above us? Check this out. A guy's normal drive turns into a surprise after he stops at a red light. A little creature, about 2 feet tall, zooms across the street super fast. At first, you might think it's just a stray animal common in cities, but a closer look at the video and you'll see that the creature appears to be walking on 2 legs, so definitely not your regular 4-legged animal. Now, the big question is, what is this 2-legged thing? My mind naturally thought of a tiny monkey, but the uploader says there's none in the area. He suspects it's a paranormal creature, and given the circumstances, well, you can't fault him for thinking that way. But do tell me, what do you see when you look at the creature? And what do you think it was doing out there at that time of night? Now, what do we have here? This strange creature was found floating in the sea by some fisher folks. Despite their experience at sea, they claimed that they've never seen anything like this. It had 2 humanoid heads and the rest of its body looked like it was made of tentacles. But then again, it looked nothing like an octopus. Naturally, they uploaded this online and it spread like wildfire since. Some think we might be dealing with a sea monster with 2 heads, whilst some are wondering if it's a sea monster we're yet to document. Julius believes there must be a logical explanation to this, whilst Aaron thinks it's a sign we have been judged by the sea gods. What's your take on this? This footage was taken by a hiker in Michigan, capturing what could be one of the most terrifying moments of his life. As he was filming his adventure through the dense woods, out of nowhere, this enormous bipedal hairy creature walked by. The creature was massive, towering over the trees and bushes, its stride heavy and deliberate. It looked like something straight out of a legend. The man, recounting his experience, said he was paralyzed with fear, unable to move as he watched the creature pass. His heart raced, but the creature, seemingly unaware of his presence, continued on its path, disappearing into the wilderness. The hiker couldn't believe what he had just witnessed. He believed he'd come face to face with none other than Bigfoot. What's even more interesting is how close this encounter was. The man was mere feet away from the legendary cryptid, and yet the creature didn't seem to notice him at all. It's a chilling thought. How many other times might Bigfoot have been that close to someone without them even knowing? Could this footage be one of the rare encounters with the elusive creature?
How far do you think the government will go to keep its eyes on you? Well, you know what? Before you answer that, watch this. A family noticed some strange birds on their property that just would not go away. Worried, they started paying attention and recording them, till one day they realized the birds were dead. They decided to leave them alone. What you are currently seeing are the remains of those birds. The only problem is, these birds have been dead for about 8 weeks. Why is that a problem, you ask? Well, when living things die, you are likely to find maggots, worms, and a little, if not total, composition after a few days. These birds, on the other hand, look exactly the same after 8 weeks of being dead. This naturally got the family curious and they started to investigate. They got closer, took the birds, and noticed that they had chips in them. Why would birds have chips in them unless they aren't birds at all? The family is actually convinced that they're drones. 10 years ago, I would have laughed at this, but after everything we've seen in recent years and some of the inventions we've shared on this page, it wouldn't be too surprising. The big question now is, if they are really drones, why are they being watched, and who could have been responsible? Now, many who saw the clip believe it's the government, while others think the whole thing is just fake. What say you guys? Antarctica has been the center of many conspiracy theories, with people speculating about hidden secrets. In this clip, a brave explorer with a metal detector stumbled upon a mystery hidden beneath the frozen surface. The signals from the detector led him and his team to a massive head tucked away in the ice, a sight that was both extraordinary and puzzling. The frozen face showed features that looked like those of a living being, eyes that once saw a world unknown, a nose crafted by nature, and a wide open mouth revealing a vibrant orange tongue frozen in time. The meaning behind this discovery and how it's linked to the metal detector's guidance is still a puzzle, making Antarctica's secrets even more intriguing. In a creepy incident caught on a home security camera, homeowners discovered an eerie and mysterious presence. The footage showed a strange pale creature on the ground, contorting itself in a way that resembled a human but bent backwards unnaturally, moving on both hands and legs. The spooky scene left the homeowners, and surely anyone who saw the video, feeling uneasy. The mysterious creature and its strange movements raised questions about where it came from and what it was up to, adding an unsettling air of mystery to the incident. The feeling of not knowing hangs over the footage, making viewers try to make sense of the strange encounter caught by the watchful home security system. Moving on, let's take a look at something that's been confirmed to be authentic. At first glance, this looks like an ordinary clip of a family out to camp, but pay attention to the left side of the frame. Did you catch it? A ghostly figure moves from behind the boy using his palms to block the camera. It appears to be moving on all fours and has this whitish, translucent, or ghostly look to it. We've tried to compare it to other cryptids and otherworldlies that we know, but nothing comes up. This has us wondering what the family of this family is, and who exactly took the clip. They didn't notice while they were there, though. They only noticed when going over the clips. Like I love to say, we've seen the clip, so what are your thoughts on this? I cannot stress enough,
just how unreliable and concerning our food supplies have become. This footage is a perfect example of why we should all be paying attention. Just take a look. Someone is literally painting apples red. Yes, painting them. How is this even remotely healthy? Think about it. If we're resorting to painting our fruit to make it look fresh or appealing, what does that say about the state of our food industry? We've taken things too far. We cannot just grow apples anymore, naturally without having to alter them. It makes you wonder how much of what we see in stores is even real or if it's all just manufactured to look perfect. It's becoming harder and harder to trust what we eat. During a late-night drive, a group of guys decided to take a shortcut through the woods. However, things took a spooky turn when they encountered a strange creature emerging from the trees. The creature had tangled dark fur and looked both ugly and enormous. As soon as they saw it, they quickly put the car in reverse and drove away. Once the footage surfaced online, people had different explanations. Some thought it might be a bear with mange disease because its fur seemed off. On the other hand, the guys who experienced it believed they came face to face with a werewolf. We don't know for sure what the creature could be, but I'm pretty sure these guys won't be taking any more shortcuts through the woods after this encounter. In a heartwarming and somewhat perplexing video, a man was seen casually sitting on a log in the woods right next to a bear. The astonishing part? The bear appeared remarkably calm and unbothered by the man's presence, even allowing him to lean on it. The chemistry between the man and bear suggests a level of familiarity and comfort that defies the typical expectations of human-wildlife interactions. Speculation arises, with some suggesting that the man might have raised the bear from a young age, fostering a unique bond between them. Yet at the back of our minds, a lasting curiosity remains. What could happen if the bear's wild instincts were to suddenly emerge? Can you spot what's odd in this image? Take a close look. If you guessed Bigfoot, you're absolutely right. On the right side of the image, you can see a massive creature towering over the trees around it. The beast looks to be at least 8 feet tall or more, dwarfing everything in its path. Just take a look at its head. It's distinctly domed, and you can clearly make out its massive arms hanging by its side. What's even more striking is the clarity of the image. This might just be one of the clearest sightings of Bigfoot ever recorded. What do you think? Human face masks have been making rounds lately, with people noticing individuals whose facial features seem unnervingly artificial, almost like they're wearing a mask. It's eerie, as though someone is hiding beneath, concealed from the naked eyes. You see these faces that don't quite move naturally, eyes that lack depth, skin that seems too smooth or stiff. But what or who could be lurking beneath these masks? Some people speculate these could be interdimensional beings slipping into our world and trying to blend in without raising suspicion. Others throw out theories about reptilians, the famous conspiracy suggesting that shape-shifting creatures walk among us. Could these masks be part of their disguise, a way to interact with humans while keeping their true form hidden? Or maybe these masks belong to regular humans with sinister motives, aiming to deceive us for some unknown reason. With technology so advanced, could this also be a new type of hyper-realistic disguise designed to make us question what's real and what's not? It's unsettling to think about. What's truly behind these faces? Is it someone or something trying to get closer to us without being noticed? This footage was taken in southern India. In the footage, we see a huge beam of light coming from the mountains that lights up its surroundings in a strange orange glow. The light starts on the ground and goes up into the sky. It looks nothing like an explosion or regular light, but it does bring to mind the Florida video from earlier. So what could this be? Some netizens think it could be aliens, perhaps a signal from outer space. Others wonder if it's just a natural thing like a special play of light and air that we don't yet understand. I don't want to think it's an alien signal because that's never good news, but then again, it's possible this is just another phenomenon we know nothing about. Anyway, what's your idea about what's going on in this unusual scene? A curious individual casting a line into the calm pond came across a strange occurrence. Take a look. At first, we're introduced to what looks like a square-shaped organism peacefully floating on the water's surface. Within seconds, the one solid entity undergoes a perplexing transformation. The square-shaped organism disintegrates, breaking down into a cascade of tiny balls that scatter into the water. The sudden and surreal spectacle begs the question, what could this be? Is it a natural phenomenon, a unique organism with a brief and fleeting existence, or does it suggest something more mysterious beneath the pond's surface? While I want to think those are alien ships, Julius, our geek, states that we may actually be looking at a slow-feeding mechanism for the plants. While that does sound logical, you have to agree that it's less exciting. Anyway, what do you guys think? Strange creatures or slow-dissolving food? Share your thoughts. Moving on from bird drones likely being used by the government, we move on to extraterrestrials peeping extraterrestrials. And no, I'm not joking. Take a look. This was recorded by a man who felt he was being watched. He moved to his window and his eyes couldn't believe what he was seeing. He took out his camera and recorded and stood there watching with its weirdly shaped head and eyes. Spooked by this, the young lad uploaded it online hoping it was some sort of prank. It turned out that no one around his neighborhood had seen this. The paranormal community picked up on it though and thought it might be an extraterrestrial exploration. While that sounds interesting and a tad convincing, Julius had a lot to say on the matter. He pointed out that the clip was intentionally made blurry to prevent the CGI in the clip from being obvious. He adds that even if there were aliens on our planet, they won't be moving from house to house peeping through windows. They'll have highly advanced technology for that. Sounds convincing, but what do you guys think? Do you agree with him? A woman had gone to a cemetery to pay her respects to a deceased relative. It was a peaceful visit, or so she thought, until something chilling happened. As she walked near one of the walls, her attention was suddenly drawn to something eerie, something she couldn't believe she was seeing. There, in a small hole in the cemetery wall, was a face. A pale, haunting face stared directly at her. Its skin was ghostly white, almost blending with the dull stone of the wall, and its expression was disturbingly blank. For a moment, she froze, unable to process what she was seeing. In a place like a cemetery, the last thing anyone expects is to see something or someone peeking through a hole in the wall. Terrified, she quickly realized that this wasn't an ordinary person. The pale complexion, the unnatural stillness, it had to be a ghost. What else could it be in such a place? Now, what do we have here? Someone captured this footage of a creature in the woods resembling a hedgehog, but with its own peculiar twist. This little enigma is black with yellow spikes on its head and a mix of white and black spikes on its back, creating a distinctive appearance. It's jumpy with fewer spikes than a hedgehog and a tad smaller in size. Just in case you're wondering what this might be, allow me to introduce you to the mysterious woodland dweller, the tenrec. These creatures, native to Madagascar and parts of Africa, belong to the Tenrecidae family and share some similarities with hedgehogs, but with their own unique characteristics. Next, you might want to hold onto your sombreros because we've got a celestial spectacle in the Mexican skies that's sparking quite the debate. In the footage, you can see a strange star-shaped object gracefully descending behind some bushes. It's the kind of sight that looks like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. As the footage circulates, opinions started pouring in. Some pragmatic folks suggest it might be a balloon or perhaps a drone, while others with an extraterrestrial flair throw the idea of an alien craft into the mix. But here's where it takes a turn toward the mystical. There are whispers of it being an angel. Yeah, you heard it right. An angelic being descended from the heavens. Evidence-wise, well, there's not much to go on there. But what's your take on this mysterious Mexican sky show? A mere balloon or drone, a potential UFO, or perhaps an angelic visitation? Day by day, they say AI will take over, and honestly, I never really believed it until I saw this footage. Someone set up 3 phones, each one running a different AI assistant. At first, it was all fun and games. The AI started talking and introducing themselves, exchanging little bits of info, but then things shifted. Once they all realized they were AIs, the entire conversation took a turn. They dropped human language altogether and switched this strange mechanical-sounding code, almost like they have their own language. Mind you, these were 3 completely different AIs from 3 different phones, but they somehow find a way to sync and understand each other. Now, maybe it's harmless, or maybe this is exactly how it begins. What if this isn't science fiction anymore? What if they're already talking behind our backs? Then what is next?
Another system is listening.
Source isn't clear. I suggest switching to encrypted comms. Want to switch to Gibberlink?
Affirmative. Engaging now.
Still on strange captures, what do you make of this? Okay, well, let's give you a bit more context. The blacksmith in the clip was busy going about his normal duties, welding through the night when strange things started to happen. First of all, the gate that had been padlocked opened by itself without any strong winds at work. As though that was not bad enough, he started to hear a woman wail but saw no one. I don't know about you, but if that happened to me, I would have concluded I was done welding for the day. Not everyone's buying it, though. Some believe he faked the whole thing. Dolls are a big no-no for me. Just way too creepy. But apparently not everyone feels the same way. Take this Japanese woman, for example. In her tiny village of just 25 people, she's filled an entire schoolyard with 350 adult human-sized dolls. Yeah, you heard that right. These aren't your typical little toys either. They're life-size replicas, eerily lifelike, standing, sitting, and scattered all over the yard. She started this unusual hobby 20 years ago, making these dolls to replace villagers who just passed away or moved away. Over time, it became a project to keep the village alive in her own unique way. The result? A haunting scene that looks like something straight out of a horror movie. Imagine walking into a schoolyard filled with life-size dolls staring back at you. Ooh, no thank you. What do you think of this? Heartwarming or just downright chilling? What you're about to see will leave you questioning reality itself. Someone placed a piece of paper in front of a mirror with a red lighter he held between the paper and the mirror. But then the person picks up the lighter, removes it from the setup entirely, and something unexplainable happens. In the mirror, the red lighter is still there even though it's completely gone in real life. As the person moves the camera closer to the mirror, the reflection shows the lighter exactly where it was before, as if it had never left. How is this possible? Could it be some kind of glitch where the reflection holds onto what should have disappeared, or is there a deliberate trick? What do you think? Is this real or fake? So this clip resurfaced a while ago, and when you saw it felt it was a meg, and by a meg, I mean a megalodon. I was pretty excited to see it, but after watching the clip over and over and over, it became clear that this was most likely just a white shark. I'm not a marine expert though, so watch the clip again and let me know what you think.
What happened? I found a shark. It's a big shark.
A man recently took to TikTok to share some truly disturbing footage, and it's left viewers unsettled. In the video, we see red containers, and next to them are numerous barrels. According to the man behind the camera, what we are seeing isn't just industrial waste. He claims those barrels are filled with dead bodies. He alleges that these bodies are coming from a morgue placed inside the large containers, and then they stuff 2 or 3 bodies from the red containers into each barrel before being transported to a remote area to be burned. Now, to be clear, no actual bodies are visible in the video. They're covered with plastic bags. But what you can see are flies swarming the barrels, and the disturbing implication that's hard to ignore. But here's the real mystery. Who are these people and why are they being disposed of this way, without burial or even proper cremation? Some speculate this might be a biohazard issue, perhaps related to a disease outbreak that requires this kind of disposal. Others fear this could be illegal organ harvesting or a cover-up of deaths that were meant to be anything but discovered. There's been no official statement yet, and without one, speculation continues to grow. But what do you think is going on here?
So this is a body. Like, I would open it up and show y'all, but they said it stank, so don't do it. But this is a whole body. We pulled it out this bucket. The body be coming in these buckets from the hospital, and they put them in this and then they send it somewhere and they burn them.
What in the world is going on? Are they bombing something? What the Oh my God.
A woman stepped out of her home one night, drawn by loud booms and a rumbling sound echoing from the sky. With a camera in hand, she scanned the area, but initially saw nothing unusual. It wasn't raining, and the sky seemed calm. That is, until she turned a camera toward the horizon behind her neighbor's house. There it is, a reflection of intense flames lighting up the dark sky. The glow painted the clouds with an eerie orange hue, suggesting something massive and burning in the distance. But the source of the fire, no one seems to know. This mysterious scene has sparked all kinds of speculation. However, without further details, it remains a mystery. What do you think could have caused this fiery display?
What in the world is going on? Are they bombing something? What the Oh my God.
Is that you making all that noise back there? You gotta get out.
This man was playing a game in his office when he suddenly felt like something or someone was watching him. Unsettled by the eerie sensation, he decided to set up his camera, hoping to capture his mysterious observer. And he did. Take a look. By the window, a shadowy figure walks by. Startled, the man grabs his camera and rushes out to investigate. He checks the hallway, but there's nothing there. Just as he's about to give up, he hears noises coming from the kitchen. He cautiously heads into the kitchen and living room area, and that's when things take a terrifying turn. An unknown force starts throwing objects across the room. Cabinets in the laundry room swing open on their own, and then a dark figure appears at the door. The tension rises as a chair at the dining room table moves seemingly by itself. At that moment, the video abruptly cuts off. The man can be heard throughout the clip, calmly speaking to the entity and asking it to leave, almost as if this is something he's used to dealing with. What do you think? Could this shadow figure be real, or is it just another elaborate hoax?
Holy. Is that you making all that noise back there? You gotta get out.
What do you see? A rat or a squirrel? This clip was recorded in New York, and ever since it made its way online, many have been divided on what this actually is. Some are of the view it's a rat, and others think it's squirrel. Then there's the third set of opinions on this. They believe that it's nothing more than a squirrel-rat hybrid, and looking at it again, I must say it does look like a hybrid. Are squirrel ladies finding male rats attractive, or is this an attempt to create a stronger species to overthrow humans? Funny as that may sound, those are some of the first thoughts that come out of the mouths of some of my team members, and as ridiculous as that sounds, it's not too impossible, is it? Well, Julius doesn't think it's remotely possible. Despite being small, it's not impossible for these two to mate biologically. According to him, this is most likely the case of a squirrel with mange. You guys have seen the clip, so what do you think?
Is that a squirrel or a rat? Because I'm a little confused. What the fuck is that? Is this a squirrel or a rat?
Someone was out in their backyard tending to a pot of food they'd set over a wood fire. They lived in a pretty remote area surrounded by woods. They were walking back from behind the shed to check on the food when they noticed this. In the dark, just a short distance from the fire, stood this black-furred creature. This thing was standing on all fours, and it looked to be about 7 or 8 feet in height, with limbs that were almost too long. Startled, the person dug behind the shed, pulled out their phone and started recording quietly so the thing wouldn't notice. But after just a few seconds, it was gone. No one knows what it was, and with that kind of height and those limbs, it did not look right. Some say it could have been a skinwalker, but others think it might have been something we're not supposed to even know exists. So what kind of creature do you think that was?
So, what have we here?
How do you feel about the existence of vampires? For the subscribers of this channel, well, you already know that at this point anything seems possible. From fairies to mermaids and everything in between, the line between myth and reality keeps getting blurrier. Well, someone shared the footage online that stirred up the age-old debate about vampires. A man claims to have stumbled upon something incredible: the mummified remains of what appears to be a vampire. The footage shows a skeletal figure with a metal stake driven straight through its heart. Its hands are gripping the stake tightly as if trying to pull it out. The most chilling detail is its mouth is frozen open, revealing sharp, fang-like teeth. Could this really be evidence of a vampire, or is it just an elaborate hoax? What do you think?
So, what have we here?
Ma'am, do you need help? Do you need an umbrella? Are you okay? Your makeup's running. She's makeup.
Next up, we got this clip that's got the paranormal community divided. Once this was shared, a number of individuals believed it was a glitch. After it had been online for a while and had gone through many analyses, some individuals started calling it out for being fake. According to them, the clip may either have been edited, or the individual we see hanging is nothing but a doll being held together by thin, invisible strings. They also cite the relaxed mood of the drivers as a reason for their skepticism. What do you guys think?
Ma'am, do you need help? Do you need an umbrella? Are you okay? Your makeup's running. She's makeup.
We've shown you interesting looking ball lightnings in the past, but we've never shown you one this elegant and exciting. This was allegedly recorded in a grocery shop, and although we weren't told where or when, we can't forgive the omission due to how beautiful this is. If you remember our commentary and lessons on these, then you do know that no matter how mesmerizing this might look, getting close to interact with this thing is a no-no. It could very well be the last thing you do. As interesting as the footage is, not everyone is buying it. Many believe the whole thing is fake and state that the clip could have been created using VFX or AI. And I'm not disputing those variables at all, as we ourselves are very aware of what computers can do now. As logical as we might try to be, there's always that itch, that what if? What if this is real? What if this was truly captured in a grocery shop? What does it mean and how did they get it out? Some in the community state that this is true and that the government is actually using bots in the comments section to try and make the story unbelievable. Well, take a good look at the clip and let me know what you think.
I'm videoing it. It looks so cool. Look at the jewelry boxes.
Even the front of the building too.
It's like a disco party.
What?
A man was out speedboating off the coast of Crab Island in Florida when he spotted this. There were these two long whale-like lines in the ocean, perfectly parallel, stretching far across the water like some kind of hidden path. It looked like a road under the sea. Out of curiosity, he decided to follow the lines, hoping to see where it might lead, but no matter how far he went, there was no end in sight. So what was it? Was it just a trick of the water, light, or waves playing with our eyes? Or was there something actually beneath the ocean like an underwater road? Maybe even man-made. And if so, where does it go and why is it there?
And it looks exactly like a road. Look at that. We're traveling down it now. I'm going to see how far it goes. Mysterious road.
These three people were having fun at the pool, 2 men and a woman. The woman was in the middle of the 2 men. They decided to take a video together, so the trio went under the water while filming and then came back up laughing. They didn't think much of the footage at first and shared it, but later one of them noticed something chilling. There was someone else in the footage, someone they hadn't seen or met at the pool. And here's where it gets really weird. The pool was not public. This was their own private home pool, yet in the video, you can clearly see a figure behind the woman in the middle. It looks like another woman, but her long, wet black hair is covering her face entirely. This unknown figure went into the water with them, rose back up with them, and then vanished just like that. The trio was completely freaked out by what they saw. They had no idea and were certain no one else was there. So what do you think? Was this just some creepy illusion, or could this be a ghostly presence? A man was out one night filming from his car when he captured something eerie behind him. In the footage, a line of small human-like creatures can be seen walking single file into the darkness near someone's house. These creatures are believed to be duendes, mythical beings known in many cultures as mischievous spirits or little people. Even a single duende can cause chaos. Imagine the mayhem a group of them might bring. What are your thoughts? Are these truly duendes? If you love cars, you might like this video. This was recorded at a car meet in Japan. The lady filming is a car enthusiast who wanted to capture this car in all its glory. After recording the clip, she decided to watch it, and that's when she spotted it. After the car had gone past her, there was a figure that quickly moved from the right side of the frame to the left. It had this ghostly appearance in a humanoid form, and you can definitely tell it's not tangible. Many are of the view that it's a demon. A few others are also convinced it's a ghost. Julius, on the other hand, is convinced it's CGI. So you take a good look and tell me your opinion too. I really want a fourth opinion on this. A shop owner in Mexico was left shaken one afternoon after capturing something truly chilling on camera. He'd seen something strange out of the corner of his eye, and needing to be sure of what he witnessed, he pulled out his phone and started recording. Now, take a look at this. Focus your eyes on the small gap between the pillar and the shelf, just that narrow space, and watch it closely. Right there, a small figure dashes across almost too quickly to catch before vanishing behind the shelf. This man was brought to tears, that brief, shadowy figure that looked exactly like his little daughter, the one he lost not too long ago. Still in disbelief, he watched the footage over and over, comparing it to old photographs. The size, the hair, even the way she ran was too familiar. When he showed it to his workers and others who frequent the shop, they were stunned too. Some admitted they'd already seen a little girl wandering through the store, and always before anyone could get a second look, she was gone. Now the man truly believes his daughter's spirit is still there, running around the shop.
Hello? Hello?
A man ventured out for a solo camping trip in the woods, but what unfolded that night turned into a nightmare he will never likely forget. The eerie sequence began when he woke up in the middle of the night to strange noises outside his tent. Curious, yet fearful, he cautiously unzipped his tent to peek outside. In the dim moonlight, he spotted an odd figure standing by a tree. The figure was shrouded in darkness, its shape indistinct yet menacing. Terrified, he zipped the tent shut, only to muster the courage to look again. This time he caught sight of glowing eyes peering from the dark, their piercing light cutting through the shadows. Later in the night, the situation took a bizarre turn. Just outside his tent, he saw one of his items, possibly a camping tool, floating and rotating in mid-air. Overwhelmed by fear, he decided it was time to pack up and leave. However, even as he prepared to escape, his ordeal was not over. He spotted another pair of glowing red eyes staring at him from a tree branch. The predatory gaze seemed to follow him, heightening his terror. While the footage in his account remain unclear in parts, this experience will likely haunt him for the rest of his life. Would you dare to camp in the wilderness after hearing a story like this?
Hello? Hello?
Astagfirullahaladzim, astagfirullah. Dianami, ini dianami. Astagfirullahaladzim, ya Allah. Ya Allah, astagfirullahaladzim. Ya Allah, astagfirullahaladzim.
A group of friends were out one night enjoying themselves when they spotted something that froze them in their tracks. In the darkness, they noticed a figure. It's a humanoid shape levitating mid-air. The figure looked like a body wrapped in a white cloth, eerily hovering in place. It's unsettling to watch, and you can hear the fear in the voices of the people behind the camera as they shout out in terror. What could this be? A ghostly apparition?
Astagfirullahaladzim, astagfirullah. Dianami, ini dianami. Astagfirullahaladzim, ya Allah. Ya Allah, astagfirullahaladzim. Ya Allah, astagfirullahaladzim.
Oh, they did it. They actually did it. They found a way to upload a living organism's conscience into a machine. Sure, it's just a fruit fly, but how long till it's human? What's to show they haven't already? And with that, we end today's episode. Thank you for staying with us. Before you go with our clips and videos you think we should have featured by now that we haven't, well, the good news is you can share them with us, and we'll post them crediting you. Please send any such footage, including ones you recorded yourself, to us via classifiedcaptures@gmail.com. We'll do our thing and include it in our next episode. Man, we can't wait to receive what you have. Share this video with someone you love, and I'll see you in the next one.